Hey guys, what's up? Alec Torelli here. Welcome to my lifestyle YouTube channel where I share lessons from poker that apply towards life and business. If you're new to this channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. More awesome content's coming your way, putting out new videos every week. I'm at the Wynn and I'm downstairs at the cashier yesterday, exchanging chips for money, and I'm waiting for the manager to come and sort out my situation. So I'm there and I have a little bit of time, and I'm watching people go through the cashier line, and they're all very fast, right? Like everyone's in a hurry, especially gamblers that are trying to get money. Like they got somewhere to go, they're like super charged up from playing poker or gambling or whatever, and they're like, I just want my chips. Or maybe they're pissed and they're like, I'm so pissed at the world. I started with 1,000, I have 400. I just want my chips and get the hell out of here. Either way, they're on the move and they're really riled up. So I watch and I have nothing to do. So I'm just sitting there, and for some reason I'm just like, I just decided I don't want to be on my phone right now. So I had nothing to do other than just kind of watch people go through the cashier line. The person giving out the chips, the cashier, the person would walk up and the cashier would say, "Hi, how are you?" And the person would say, they would leave their chips. They would typically either do one of two things. They'd say, "Hi, like, here's my chips," or they would just say, they wouldn't say anything, or they'd say, "Hi, how are you?" And then she would just give them the money and then they would leave. And it was this very transactional sort of situation. And I understand these situations are generally transactional and people are just on the move and want to get done what they need to do. But it just dawned on me that I watched, like, the only words that people said were, "Hi, how are you?" Nobody said anything after that. And it was sort of odd to me that I was like, we've sort of trivialized this saying. It hasn't become about a genuine curiosity about the other person's state of emotion. Like, nobody really gives a shit about how the other person is. They just say this opening line as like a pleasantry. And it's okay that people are busy and they're like just trying to get somewhere and they don't have some elaborate conversation while getting chips exchanged for cash at the cashier. That's normal. But it's not normal that we're asking someone how they are and becoming desensitized to the fact that we aren't even waiting for a response. It's like disingenuousness where people are like asking someone a question and they just aren't even waiting. And I'm guilty of this too. I'm sure like I do this a lot. And it bothers me that I probably do this because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm asking someone how they are, and then I'm not even, maybe they respond. Sometimes they say, "Oh, I'm okay." And I'm like, cool, I want my money. I'm not even asking them because I'm curious. I'm just asking them because this is like an autopilot response that I have towards a way that I just approach new interaction. That's not good. I feel like if we ask someone how they are, we should wait for a response. So I did it. I was like, I'm going to make this a challenge. So I did this for the rest of the night. And I came into a lot of interactions. Like someone stopped me at the Wynn. They had watched my content. They stopped me at the Wynn. So they're like, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "Hey, I'm great. How are you?" And the guy's like, "Good." And then he was like expecting to leave. And then I just stood there because I was like, wait a minute. He's supposed to tell me how he is. Like he's supposed to tell me something. And then he started talking. And then we talked for 10 minutes. I was like, wow, we actually talked about something, because like instead of just brushing off this interaction, I actually waited for a response. And this happened a few times throughout the day in like these seemingly trivial interactions where like I actually said, it wasn't like a profound conversation, but I said 5 or 6 lines with someone, and maybe I was present, so I maybe complimented something they were wearing, or they just told me an anecdote about like the fact that I learned that it was someone's mother's birthday in the poker room. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I just learned something about people because I actually stopped to actually mean the pleasantry that I'm saying. And it's crazy that we do this so often. So it just got me thinking about, like, what is the message here? And I think that the underlying theme of being genuinely curious about someone else's state of being is kindness. It's about being kind. Like, when you ask someone how they are, we should stop and wait for a response. Like, we should give them the humanity of talking with them for 15, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Like, maybe you have a super serendipitous, spontaneous interaction with a new person just because you stopped. It took that 1 second. And I feel like we're always so busy. We're always so transactional with our interactions. At least me. Maybe I'm not speaking for you. Maybe you're great. I'm probably not that great at this because usually I'm like on my phone when I'm talking to someone, like half the time probably. I probably do that way too much. So I'm sorry if like I'm at the like cashier and I'm probably like, anyway, it's terrible. If I'm not on the phone though, I'm usually like in a rush to get somewhere. Like I'm not always present where I am when I'm there. I'm usually like, okay, I'm here. This is something I have to do to get to the next place. So I'm always like Adam Sandler and Click, where I'm just pushing that button to get to the next scene of my life. And that's usually how, a lot of times, how I live. I live in my head sometimes too often in these menial tasks. But I noticed that if I just stop and take a minute and actually stay present there, like there is a magic there. There is not inherently anything worse about doing a transactional sort of interaction with someone where you're buying something at the grocery store than it is talking to someone that you know or doing something else. Like, there could be inherent deep joy in those experiences if we're present and we open up to them and we actually are there in those experiences instead of just trying to get to the next one. So I feel like the message here is to be kinder, because it's kind of rude to say, "How are you?" and then not wait for a response. It's become normal. So it's actually not even, I don't think that people are off put by this. I don't think anyone expects a response anymore. So like, I don't actually think that people perceive it as rude. But if like you told someone in a different language that you asked them how they are, that didn't have this pleasantry greeting that we have in English, and you went, I don't know how it is in Germany, but you went to Germany and said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And you're like, there's like, "Oh, I'm good. Cool, thanks, bye." Like that's not that friendly. It seems kind of weird. What do you think logically about this situation? So I feel like we should strive to be a little bit kinder, because it's in those humanness interactions, in the human interactions, where we connect with other people. And that's really what life's about. Just being human, talking, sharing things, connecting with others, like being where you are. And when you have someone else's attention, like that's a moment to share an interaction, albeit small. It is an opportunity. So as much as this is a message to everyone, it's mostly a message to me, selfishly, to be more present when I'm asking someone how they are, or just maybe being open to the spontaneous interactions that we can have with other people. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to see your thoughts. Cheers.